Hey Geminis, welcome to your financial success reading where we'll take a look at your relationship with money and how to make it better. So we're going to jump straight in and start by pulling a couple of oracle cards to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have out for you is publish. Start that book you always wanted to write. Get your message out and touch people's lives. Let's grab another oracle card and see what other energies are surrounding this reading for you. What else is happening for my Gemini collective? What other energies are surrounding this reading for you? And we have Emma Goldman. You couldn't pay me to support capitalism. Overthrow the state before it deports you. Immediate change requires doing the same. So, starting off with your message, it almost feels as though there is less of a need to be motivated by money right now. It almost feels as though there's a passion that you have that you may not have sort of explored, that there's something that you need to share with the world, some sort of message that you need to get out that you've been holding in. And it almost feels as though the primary motivator behind this is not money, but something that's larger than that. Even though, given this is a financial reading, it almost feels like you sort of exploring your passion and getting your message out to the world is going to lead you to that financial success that you have been looking for. So if there's a project that you've been thinking about that you haven't necessarily put effort towards, or something that you've been tiptoeing around for a little bit, this might be a good time to really sit down and focus on putting in the work for that, because it does seem like there's something that you have inside of you that the world deserves to see. And this doesn't necessarily have to be publishing a book. It's really about the message that you have that you should share with the world. So let's get into some tarot and see if we can pull some more messages for you. So we're going to first start by looking at your current financial situation. Where are you right now when it comes to money? And what we have is the Four of Swords. So this is a period of quiet. So when it comes to your finances or whatever it is that you do for work, things seem to be a little bit stagnant, right? The Four of Swords is really about rest. It's about introspection. There's a lot of quiet thinking that's happening here. So again, this might be something that you've been considering for a while that you haven't necessarily sort of dug into. And this card also flipped over. We have the Magician. So the Magician is someone who has a lot of tools and resources at their disposal. The challenge usually comes in when this person does not use everything that they have access to. So with the Magician, we have the wand, we have the cup, we have the pentacle, we have the sword. They have everything they need, but combined with the Four of Swords, Gemini, it doesn't necessarily feel as though you're utilizing all of your skills, all of your talents. It almost feels as though you're holding something back. And I feel like that's what we see with the Publish card and with the Emma Goldman card, that there's something that you have that you are not using, you're not letting it show. And I feel like that might be a barrier to getting this financial stability and abundance that you have been looking for. So why are you currently under this stress when it comes to your finances with sort of moving forward? We have the Five of Wands. So this is very much a card of sort of fighting. It's a very defensive card. It's almost as if you're fighting your intuition, you're fighting your inclination, that there's something inside of you that there's this little tugging feeling like I really should do this, but then maybe there's some self-doubt that comes in. And I don't want to necessarily say that it's like completely negative self-talk, but it feels like there's a lot of worry that if you sort of put this out into the world, that it's not going to be received in a positive way. You're not going to have, sort of the outcome that you're looking for. You're not going to have success from it. So it almost feels like you're in a little bit of protection mode where you don't want to be disappointed by the outcome. Let's see if we can clarify that a little bit more for you. Okay, and I guess we can, because we have we have two cards that came out for you, and we have the Two of Swords and the the Two of Wands in reverse. So this is really you not sort of seeing that you have everything at your disposal, because when we have the Two of Wands upright, there's the ability for a person to either sort of stay where they are with this wand that we have sort of stuck in this stationary place. But then he has this other wand in his hand that he can move around freely, and he's also holding the world. And I think that there's a lack of recognition on your part that you have the ability to have everything, and you're stuck with the Two of Swords upright. This is one of my decision cards, which the Two of Wands is another decision card. And so it feels as though you're stuck in this place. You have this blindfold on, you have these two swords that are crossed, trying to figure out which direction to go. And so you're staying stuck, but I don't think that there's anything external that's keeping you there. This is all about your mindset and whether or not you're willing to take this risk, to take this chance to get your message, to get your gifts out into the world. Now, how you can relieve yourself of some of this stress, Gemini. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Now, the Four of Wands is a gateway card. It's the 1111 card. It really represents starting to build the foundation to happiness and security. So I think that there's a need for you to figure out what's holding you back. Why is it that you're so worried about not succeeding? Because what is it that you have to lose in the event that you move forward? And to clarify that, we have the Eight of Wands. Now, this is a card about rapid movement. So getting yourself out of this energy is going to require you feeling a little bit uncertain, feeling a little bit shaky, but moving forward anyway. It's almost like that saying, what is it? Face the fear and do it anyway. So even if things feel a little bit shaky, even if they feel a little bit unstable or uncertain, it feels like Spirit is saying that the only way to really test this out is for you to take the steps and move forward. So something that you can learn or you need to learn about money and sort of the way you view making it and your finances, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Wands is a very rapid, it's a very passionate, very fiery energy. And so it feels as though, I think there are a couple of messages coming through. So the first one is really slow and steady, like baby steps. This is not something that needs to be hurried or rushed or anything like that. It's okay to take your time with it. It's okay to be nervous, right? You don't necessarily have to have this, sort of big burst of energy. It's really just about moving forward and sort of being consistent. And we also have the Sun to clarify. So the Sun card is very pure, right? We got this, baby with no clothes on. We have the sun shining. We have this red sort of victorious flag on this white horse. And so I feel that, something that you need to know is that the money will come, but you need to focus on sort of making yourself happy first, because it feels like that's the flow of this situation for you when it comes to money. That this message that you have in you is something that is important. It's something that needs to sort of be showcased to the world. And it might take a little bit of time for people to come on board, for people to understand what it is that you're offering. But I do think that it's going to be something that makes your heart truly, truly happy. And the money will follow that. But there's very much a need right now for my Geminis to focus on the gifts that you have, because I don't think that you're particularly happy being in this place where you are right now. It doesn't particularly feel like whatever it is that you're doing is fulfilling you, which is why you're in this sort of stagnant, stuck Four of Swords energy. Just kind of laying low, not doing much, but knowing that you have a lot to offer the world. So something that you can change about the way that you handle money in this situation. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and let's see if we can clarify that a little bit further, because the Queen of Wands is definitely a fiery energy. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse to clarify. So I think that this is really looking at your dedication and sort of how you're almost downplaying what it is that you truly want to do. So looking at, how you're sort of handling money, handling this situation, it's almost like you have to let this fire burn, right? This little spark that you have inside of you, you're suffocating it. And what we don't want is for that light to go out. So this is almost, I think, a little bit of a caution from Spirit, where we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, that sort of dampening of this light, of this fire inside of you, is not going to get you to your Ten of Pentacles, which is representative of the ultimate in abundance, in material wealth, and all of this goodness that life has to offer. So don't let your fire go out on this, Gemini. This little spark that you have inside of you, all of these gifts, this message that's waiting to come out, it's your time to move forward on it, because that's going to unlock your ability to make more money, to have more abundance. So don't be afraid of the skills that you have. It's waiting to come out. The universe is waiting on you. Now, how you can create a better relationship with your money, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is like my thief in the night type of card. It's a very sneaky energy. It's somebody who doesn't necessarily do things the right way, on the up and up. It's somebody who's very dishonest. And I think in this case, this is you not being honest with the abilities that you have. It's you not being honest with yourself about whether or not you're capable of, investigating this idea that you have, this message that you have, thinking that, it's not going to work out. That's not the case. Now is the time for a little bit of positive talk. It's time for some self-affirmations, but this Seven of Swords energy is not it. We also have that clarified by the Ten of Wands and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this is not an endeavor that anybody else is going to sort of be able to push you towards. This is very much going to be a you thing and changing your mindset. But with the Ten of Wands in reverse, this is really about laying down a burden. So when this is upright, this is someone who's struggling with all of these wands. They're trying to carry them. They're trying to get to another place. And Spirit is saying that if you want this better relationship with money, then you have to stop worrying about the worst case scenarios. You're planting that seed in your mind, and that's ultimately what's going to manifest, because, energy goes where your attention flows. And if you're thinking about all of the things that could go wrong, or, things that are not going to work out for you, that's almost going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy for you. So switching up your mindset, affirming yourself, and thinking the best about your capabilities is going to be what gets you over this hump and gets you to this Ten of Pentacles. Now, something that's abundant in your life already, we have the Tower in reverse. So the Tower card, when it's upright, is not inherently bad. It's not inherently good. It just signifies a sudden and drastic change in your life. So as much as you might be worried about things not working out, or, things just going horribly wrong, that's not going to be the case. So it doesn't feel as though there are any sudden crazy changes, that are going to happen to you. Again, as we talked about up here, that this is gradual, that this is going to be step by step. There's no need to rush things, but there is a need to take that first step forward. And we have that clarified by the Fool card, which is all about taking a leap of faith. So Geminis, I feel like you have it in you to do that, to take that first step into the unknown, to start exploring what's a little bit uncertain to you right now. Don't think that it's not going to work out for you, because this idea, this spark was put in you for a reason. And Spirit just wants you to take the time and explore the possibilities of what could be. So another message from Spirit that we have: I am developing the skill to direct my thoughts. The most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts towards what you want, to be adept at quickly evaluating all situations and then quickly coming to the conclusion of what you want, and then giving your individual attention to that. There is a tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared with the results the mere actions can provide. So we literally just got finished saying that you would benefit greatly from changing your mindset. That if you're focused on failing or things not working out, then that's what's going to manifest itself in the 3D. So Spirit is telling you, shift your thought process. Take this idea that you have inside of you and run with it. Start making those steps. Take a leap of faith and expect the best to happen, because that's what's waiting for you. So Gemini, that's what I got for you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next one.